Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I'm your host, and I have had a long day. It has simultaneously been quite a bit shorter than most other people's days. But that's besides the point. Let's drive this podcast home. So, I know you're probably not able to hear it because I do it before, but I do want to stress, buckle up. It's the right thing to do, and it's not that difficult. But, anyway. Today, I had a dentist appointment right before I had work. And I only had work for like 4.5 hours, but it was a whole, it just kind of creates this whole thing where I'm just out of the house for I don't know, 2 hours earlier, I guess, than I would have to be because of my dentist appointment. And my dentist office isn't exactly, it's in town, my town, where I live, and I'm like 20 minutes away from my work, so 20-30 minutes. And I had they said I would get out at 3, so I would have roughly 30 minutes to get there. Which is normally how I do, but normally I'm at home and whatever. So, anyway. When I went, I'm doing good, doing pretty good. There's a little bit of inflammation among my gums in some spots, but it doesn't seem too bad right now, and as long as I floss, it should be fine, I guess. Or floss more, in those spots. But, other than that, I'm fine. And then I went to work and, I am 2 days away from seeing the Mincraft movie. I'm gonna go see it on Thursday, which is 2 days from now. But, I'm seeing it with one friend because people just think they just don't like the way it is. But I think it's going to be entertaining and similar to Minecraft in a lot of ways. Compared to the video game, people said the story is kind of not there. And just to me, that's exactly what Minecraft is. People always be like, well, there's this story with Minecraft. No. The base Minecraft game is literally just mine, craft, go to the other dimensions, kill the things there, so you can mine and craft some more, or in different ways. It's not that complicated of a game. I believe it counts as a sandbox game. World's most renowned sandbox game, but still sandbox game. At least I think. Though I guess Gmod exists, there's always a chance that might. But I feel like Minecraft is more known. Anyway. I talked one friend into seeing it with me, so we're supposed to hang out with as a group, but since the other two are party poopers and they don't want to see peak comedy Jack Black, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the funniest movie or anything. I just think people are just, too hard on it because it's not exactly what they want. I heard Dan TDM's going to be in it. From Dan TDM because his posted the video. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see that. And anyone else that happened to be in it. I'm excited for that. I don't... A lot of the times when I see movies, I don't get the hate behind them. A lot of the time. There are movies I don't particularly like, care for, so I won't watch them. And so there's always that. I never found the story of the Blue People Avatar movie appealing. I don't know. It's just kind of meh to me. And sure, the video is super interesting or whatever. I don't know, man. I play video games. Graphics being different, that's kind of that's whatever. I don't really care. Sure, it's impressive for the time, and it's more look at this technology and how it does the thing that it do. And sure, but that's not what I care about. That's not what I care about. And honestly, I've never really expected there to be a Minecraft movie, not ever. But watching it will be interesting. My local theaters, since the last time I went to see a movie, has closed down, so I have to go out a bit farther. So that kind of sucks, but it's actually a movie theater I used to go to a lot. But I think they went more private-y or something, or they're a lot different now. I don't know. What I do know is that I haven't been there in a long time, and the last time I was there, I believe I was with my since then passed away grandmother, so it'll be interesting to go back there after all this time. But I don't know. I think obviously people are gonna go see the movie. There's no doubt about it. Little kids are gonna go go see the movie because it's Minecraft and it's a movie and Jack Black's in it, right? Jack Black's just funny. That's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But Jack Black is, he's a musician, but he's also a comedian, right? And an actor, of course, but... And anything else, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even know, I didn't know about Tenacious D until, I don't know, a year ago. Which I feel really bad about. I guess it was around the time the Mario movie came out, so maybe longer than a year ago. Yeah, it must have been longer than a year ago. So it was 2023. But, I think. But anyway. I don't know. I just think the movie is a good watch, right? It's not... probably will be. I don't think it's going to be it's the next... I don't know. Certainly not the next... I was going to say Dragon Ball Evolution, but that's not the case anymore, I guess. The new Snow White, it's not going to be that. People are going to watch it and like it. Apparently, and, I don't know how true these comments are, but I've heard people say that they like the Minecraft movie better than they like the FNAF movie, which I also watched, which I have no idea. I don't really care much for FNAF. The FNAF movie was just sort of a meme because all my friends wanted to go watch it, and the guy who was the main character, name I can't think of, but he was in a show or something I watched before that I really liked, and so seeing him doing more acting was really cool. So I don't really know anything about the movie, but from what I have heard, it's not going to be like, making stuff up because they don't actually know what Minecraft entails. So apparently the people who did, go through the basic stuff actually know how Minecraft works and plays, which is nice. So we're not getting misrepresentation, I guess. Which is nice. Maybe the more finer details will be a bit iffy, but I don't know. I'm kind of interested. And I know people have said they don't really like the way the Minecraft movie looks, and they wanted it to be fully animated, but I don't know. It's the way the movie. They're not good. They were never gonna redo the movie once they started doing that. So it's whatever. I never really pictured the Minecraft movie existing, so I never really had a preconception of what it would look like, I guess. I guess in my head, I'm just thinking the Telltale Minecraft game. What was it called? Story mode. That's the one. Minecraft Story mode. Never played it, but I did watch a couple of YouTubers play it, I think, or at least one, when it was popular and coming out, I guess. I don't know. I like Minecraft, but I don't play it a lot. And, I don't have the PC version, so I play with the... And, I don't think it's a mod thing. I think if mods became a thing, I would actually play it a lot less. I mean, there are certain mods that would be make the game more interesting, and I guess shaders would be nice, but... I mean, realistically, I don't really I like the idea of just, mining and crafting in Minecraft. It's fun. Just, so, I lost access to this world, because this was an experimental world for the, I forget what it was called. I think it was the Caves and Cliffs update, actually, part 2. Because there was a part 1 update that I think raised the sky limit. But this was an experimental world, so that, the terrain would change along with it, and stuff. And it kept getting updated with more of the recent stuff, what was it? I guess there were some trial chambers you could find underneath the ground if you looked for it, which was interesting. Anyway, I have no idea. We just made the experimental world because we wanted to play it, but it ended up becoming a major world. And well, at some point I was we gotta try and save this world, but I couldn't figure out how to convert it into there's no way to convert it into a normal save. So what I really wanted to do was cut out a chunk or 4 and then import it into a different save, and then but that's not possible on console either. And sadly, at some point, Minecraft has a lot of issues working on my Xbox. I have no idea why. But sometimes it just won't, sync all the worlds. Or it won't be able to sync the data necessary to play the game. Because it works off of Cloud Sync every time you log on, which is just incredibly annoying. And so, what it will do, because even if you have the stuff downloaded, it'll be checking the cloud save. And so, if you don't have a backup save of a world that's active, that you've at least played on a separate console or something, and you try and load it up or whatever, after, it just doesn't. You just lose access to it, and you can just see it out there because you won't be able to recover it. Basically, because I had to delete Minecraft off of my Xbox, reinstall it, and I did have Minecraft on my older Xbox, but it didn't really matter because I didn't sync the game to it before I deleted it. So I ended up losing that save, and we put a lot of time into that save. We got bored because we did enough of the important stuff. I think we killed the Ender Dragon at some point. I don't remember, but I don't know. I ended up with a butt ton of extra time. And so I can't remember exactly how it happened, but one of my friends killed my brother's something or other, or let it out or something. I don't remember. And so the whole thing was we were going to build a town. We were going to build a police station, a jail. We also had like a plaza area where you can go and we had some shops. We had Mushy's Shroom Emporium, which was half restaurant, half mushroom thing. We used a lot of nether wood stuff for that, so that was fun. And it's this whole thing because we lived inside. So I lived inside of a geode actually, because that was what I really liked about the update was the geodes and stuff. So we found one of a really tall mountain near the spawn, and one of my friends lived on top. One of my friends kind of lived in the middle area, and my brother lived on an adjacent mountain top that was slightly smaller, a mountain peak. And he lived slightly inside of it, like 3 blocks down, under dirt. And it was a really fun save. We ended up building a lot of minecart tracks and stuff underneath to connect the bases or the houses. And we had like a farm area. We had a farm, but it kept catching on fire or something. I don't really remember. I can't really remember what happened to that barn. Mobs kept spawning inside, so a creeper blew it up. Because we didn't really have enough torches, I guess. I don't know. So I ended up tearing down the barn, I think. Also because, I wanted it to look more natural, but it didn't. We also had a thing we called the Shabby Shack, which is where we first lived for the time being. Because I had to find a geode, and also, the other people had to, we had, a base in the central area. It was cool. We had this whole bridge, and I was building a giant town hall. So inside the town hall, we could have a courtroom where we could sue the guy who killed my brother's mob or something. I think he killed a snow golem or something. So that was inside my brother's house that he wanted to keep as a pet. So we kind of just went with that. It was just kind of funny. It was just kind of we got to keep doing this for the joke. And it was a really fun time when we did play. I really liked it, but that world is now gone, sadly, and it'll never come back. Also, there's an update that fixes that, but it'll just exist in the ether, I guess, in the background, just, existing, but not, in limbo. It'll exist in limbo. I'm sure it's somewhere, but wherever it is probably not in the Minecraft server's cloud, not on the Xbox at all. And as far as I know, they wouldn't really store it anywhere else, so it's not anywhere local, storage-wise, so, I guess it sucks, but I knew it would happen eventually, because it was an experimental world, and maybe it would have worked if it wasn't an experimental world, but I don't think so. It just sucks because I don't know the seed and there's no way to view the seed at this point. You have to sync the world to be able to see any of its data, so I don't know. That's all I've got to say. So, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Fun Podcast. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, you don't have to. And as always, have a great next 24 hours, and I'll see you next time I drive this podcast home. See ya.